What's up, world? It's your boy Aaron, also known as Ron. Yeah, I call myself a boy. I know. I apologize. I should say the man. Yeah, because I am the man. Anyways, not like that Taylor Swift Nazi out there. If I was a man, I'd be a better man than you. No, you wouldn't. You couldn't last an 8-hour shift doing the shit that I do. So shut your mouth. You could play a guitar for probably 8 hours straight, if you think you can. But I don't think you've had a tour or a... Matter of fact, I don't think any musician has been on stage for more than 8 hours. I don't think any concert is 8 hours unless they have multiple bands playing. So if you really want to talk, no, you're not a man. And I'm going in regards to all musicians, because I haven't seen one musician do a 5-day-a-week, 8-hour work schedule. So don't give me that nonsense. Anyways, it's not about this. This is about the whole rolling blackouts that are supposedly going to happen in California. So here's my prediction. This is what I kind of know what's going on. I've been laying out things for a while, and I've been telling people what's going to happen. And I know some people think I'm crazy. Oh, where's your facts? Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? Yeah, where's yours? Anyways, so they say they're going to have this rolling blackout. Yeah, okay. Whoa, got too bright in here. Sorry about that, everybody. Trying to find a few things. And here's my issue at hand. The problem is, we have less people in California now than we did before. I don't know, what, 2 or 3 million less than we did last year? And the year before that? So if the numbers are going down in people, I gotta... yeah, I stuttered there. I apologize. I'm a little confused then. So if there are less people living here, then electricity isn't being used as much, correct? Or do we not have enough workers and you have too much on? The last time I checked, 99% of these in every major businesses are all LED. There's also a thing called Title 24. You guys might want to look it up. It's only legal in 2 states, California and New York. Oh! Both 2 hardcore liberal states. Oh my God, it's insane. Anyways, Title 24, what it is the governor or the government has the right to shut your power off or shut it down, lower the amount of power used. Now, granted, they're going to tell you, well, yeah, it's been in effect for 10 years or so, but we don't have the technology running yet. Actually, January of this year is when they implemented everybody has to have it. But yeah, you're right. The sad fact is they've been building this up, but they don't know how to use it. So it'd be like you buying an iPhone and Apple basically saying, oh, yeah, we don't have any servers to give you any apps or any downloads, so you basically paid for $1,000 brick to look at yourself. Oh my God, how do I look? Look, Edna, I look attractive. I just can't send my photos and my messages out to anybody. Yeah, that's the stupidest thing you can do. It's like building a car and say, hey, where's the tires? Oh yeah, we haven't worked on that yet. We're still deciding how we want them to look and how to feel and how, operate and stuff like that. We got a bunch of ideas. Yeah, you guys are idiots. Complete freaking idiots. Now you're probably going to wonder, hey, Ron, how do you know all these things? It's called edumacation, my friend. Educate yourself. I also work in the field, and when I first started listening to Title 24, I'm like, what is Title 24? What does it do? What is it all about? And then I started understanding it, and I said, that seems like a joke. That's kind of what dictators would do when they want to control you. They want to control your lot, your power, tell you what to do, when to do it. I don't like that. I don't like having to pay X amount of dollars and then on top of all that, I have to pay extra money for something that doesn't work or is inoperable. Now, when I was growing up, there was a thing back in the days for VCRs. Well, there was two types of VCRs. There was beta, and then there was VHS. Sorry, there was VHS. I think it was beta and VHS, something like that. Two different kinds. Both using the same type of technology, but beta actually was a lot better than regular VHS. Better quality. But they're not going to tell you that. VHS, unfortunately, of course, as we know, won. Beta died off. Not a lot of people had it. The higher quality, some people felt it wasn't worth it. Now I'm kind of realizing the government pushes a lot of this nonsense because they feel, no, you should have to have it. You should put it in your business. But like I said, the messed up part is you now have this at your company, but it cannot be accessed or even used. So if you're going to tell me, dumbass Newsom, bang your wife Newsom, kind of what I went through, a woman who I met online who was married, her name is Catherine, unfortunately, lied a bunch of times, said she wanted a relationship, kind of like the same shit, but wasn't really ready because they already had ties to something else. So how do we know, dumbass dictator, that they put this Title 24 and then in 15 weeks you go around and go, by the way, we're going to change now Title 48. Oh, we're not even going to call it that. We're going to call it Estrogen 600. We don't know. We don't know what your plans are for the future. But we do know you're a dumbass. We know for a fact you don't know what you're doing. But we know for a fact also that you love to screw us over and take our money and do dumb shit with it. That we do know. But the rolling brownouts, yeah. I know I'm going to sit there and say, Q warned us, which they kind of did, there would be blackouts. This might be it. This might be what they're trying to do. And the whole nonsense with you guys sitting there telling me, oh, climate change is a thing. You're right. The climate has been changing on this planet for thousands upon thousands of years. One thing, I used to be religious growing up as a kid. I was pushed into being a Catholic, raised Catholic, and then converted to Christianity. And every book I read, and I do apologize to those, actually no, I don't apologize. This is my thought, this is my belief. God created the heavens, the earth, created created the air, created the trees, created all these things, and then put man on earth first. Really, but archaeologists are digging up bones from dinosaurs. That's not in the Bible. So that's when I started to wake up. I was at a young age. And yes, I was always an independent growing up when it came to voting. So I was never, I'm going to take your side and take this side. No, what's best for the people? Because so far you guys have lied to me so much. Lots of other lies that have come across in my life and things just didn't add up. But I understand the values of Christianity, the relationships, family first, and so forth. And I will not disagree with a lot of those things. I will not. But the whole nonsense of, man was first and everything else followed after, nah. So just like this rolling brownouts and this whole nonsense of, you telling me, hey, global warming. Yeah, there's also global cooling. Every summer it gets hot. Every winter it gets cold. But then again, it also depends if you're on the south side of the hemisphere or the north side of the hemisphere. It's the opposite. The further north you go, the colder it is. The further south you go to the equator, the warmer it becomes. Also depends the distance the Earth is from the sun. A lot of you guys don't know that. You think it's a perfect circle. No, it's like an obtuse. It's like a football. So it changes every so often. That's what's really going on. The brownout, let's talk about that again. In California, really? Don't most of the houses have solar panels on them? Didn't you guys force a lot of businesses to put up solar panels? You guys are forcing all this nonsense, and then you created this whole dictatorship that we all have to have electrical cars now. Well, then that's your other fuck up. Now you got a bunch of fucking electrical cars that are just sucking up so much juice. I see them plugged in 24/7. I go to the grocery store, plugged in. I go to the job site, plugged in. I go home, I see someone plugged in. The same fucking car. So they're wasting that much electricity? Then go back to gas. Switch it to diesel. We have other options as well, people. So many other options. But they don't want to tell you that. They want to tell you, no, electricity is the best thing you got out there. Well, here's a fucked up part in California. Depending on where you live, you only have 3 options, and wherever you live, your zone only gets that option, that one option. Now think about this. You want to put gas in your car? You're going to look for the cheapest price, right? You got your Arcos, you got your non-name brands, you got your Shell, you got your Mobil. You don't get that when it comes to electricity. Hell, you might have SDG&E. What if they pull another Enron one day? I know some of you don't know about Enron. Now they're probably going to scrub it from the network. Delete, delete, delete. What if one day they said, you know what? F that old man, which they did do. They screwed a lot of people out of their homes. Put those homes in the market, and those old people lost their homes because they couldn't afford their electric bills because they were hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Gray Davis was in office and tried talking to Bush, I think it was Bush Jr., and said, hey, we need assistance here. Can you please help us out? I'm trying to work this contract. No, that's your problem. The President of the United States basically told the governor of California to go fuck himself. That's basically why Gray Davis lost his governor seat. Because of that. And I don't know, I think it was him who created that whole problem because he was trying to fill a void. There was an issue with electrical companies or something like that. Some issue. I got to do some more research on it again, but I do remember the scenarios of what happened, the repercussions. So are we going to have that again? And think about it, to the conservatives here in California, what if the Democrats take charge again? They hate you so much, or they put pressure or lean on you. Well, for all we know, they can raise your rates. Lose your home because you can't afford to pay your bills. What if one day they decide, you know what, we're going to trickle your power. You're not going to get enough. You're not going to get the full 120, 240, or 110, 200, as they say, or 220. What if they decide to 60? And they can. It's not that hard. What if they decide to do that? We already have digital meters on our systems now, on our electrical systems. They don't want you to use the old dial ones, and I know why. It's because we can easily trick those out. You can put a jumper in there and get free power. Now, they don't like that. The digital one is now they can control it. They can digitally turn everything off. They don't have to go to your house anymore. But then that's the other thing, too, is now they're monitoring what you're truly using in your home. They know what it is. Is it a PlayStation? Is it a computer? Is it this? Is it that? They know now. They know what times of day you're using it. Imagine that. What if they decide, oh, you're not going to charge your Tesla anymore? Guess what? You're not going to use your electrical dryer anymore. Matter of fact, we're going to shut your fridge off. Those are the next steps. Rolling brownouts, my ass. This is just his way of controlling us and telling us not to use the power so they can control it and use as much as they want to put fear back in our lives. And then watch, they'll sit there and turn around in a few weeks or a few months and, oh, look, The whole sweet and sour sniffles is through the roof. Mm. Meanwhile, you have major companies or big businesses running their power all day long. I don't see you shutting them down or turning them off when they're not in use. I know plenty of hospitals that are not overloaded because I've been there. Why don't you turn their power off? Why don't you dial them down or back? Matter of fact, why don't you dial down most of those government businesses, those capital offices and so forth? Why don't you turn them off? Why don't you shut them off for a while? Oh, you won't. How about you? Newsom, why don't you turn your house off? Turn all the power off. Matter of fact, why don't you go 100% solar on your house to see if you can survive off of it, because you're the one pushing for this. And if you can't, then don't enforce or push all of us to do it. That's the other thing. It really aggravates me sometimes when people tell you, no, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. No, you piece of shit. Why don't you do it first? If you can do it and you can survive off of it, then we all can. But if you have a 75,000 square foot home and there's not enough room to put tiles on top of your house, not enough room to put solar panels, and you have to trench or cut down hundreds of thousands of trees, tens of thousands of miles just to power your home, then you're doing something wrong. Don't give me that shit. I already know how much power is needed to even power a PlayStation. So don't sit there and tell me that we need to go this route. It's not working. It's not working. It's not feasible. There are a lot of defects with this. And then batteries are also downside too. They're non-disposable. What are you going to do? Dig a hole and fucking just bury them and say, oh, well, let's pretend it doesn't exist. But yet, you put all these taxes on these companies and these carbon taxes and everything else. What about these battery companies? They can't be disposed of. So what are we going to do? We're going to kill ourselves? Oh, you're screwing up the environment. Yeah, but you were the one that implemented this. So technically, you're the one who should be fined, not these companies. Don't believe the hype, people. They're full of shit. My name is Aaron, also known as Enron. I'm out. Enjoy yourself.